Hello, this is Photography Gamer, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Verdun for the PS4. Verdun is a squad-based multiplayer first-person shooter developed by Blackmill Games, M2H and Abstraction. Verdun is set in World War I and takes place over a variety of battlefields featuring trench warfare. Matches consist of up to 64 players with 32 on each side, but there's also an offline mode featuring bots if you want to practice before heading to the front. So what's it like to play? Well, control wise it's standard first person fare with the ability to look down the scope, crouch, go prone or use various pieces of useful gear. You form part of a squad usually made up of 4 players, with each player having a unique role. The more you help the team, the more you level up. This leads to extra abilities and upgrades that can help turn the tide in battle. But it's not all boots on the ground warfare. There are artillery attacks, smoke screens, mortars and the dreaded gas attacks. There are a variety of game modes available, from front lines, squad defense, attrition, deathmatch and custom matches. Front lines was probably the best one to go for me, as 2 sides fight a pitched battle in the trenches. These matches lasted 25 minutes and see you go through a cycle of attack and defense. If you attack a position and succeed, then you've got to defend it. Succeed again and you can advance further to take more territory. But it rarely goes that smoothly, with most matches going back and forth and often ending in a stalemate. It's actually a pretty accurate depiction of the futility of trench warfare, as in World War I very little ground was taken in several years of fighting. One thing to note about Verdun is the brutality and difficulty. Soldiers are not bullet sponges. One shot is usually enough to kill an enemy, or maybe 2 from time to time. This brutal approach makes each time you charge over the top fill you with a sense of excitement and despair as you die again by an enemy that you didn't see coming. But when it gets it right, storm a trench, clear it out and capture it, there's a real sense of achievement there. So it's very much like other games in this style such as Battlefield, Enlisted, but I'd say the trench style warfare and the brutal nature of it gives it enough to stand on its own 2 feet. Graphically, Verdun, it's not anything special, but it does enough to create a believable and atmospheric take on war in the trenches. Yes, the player animations, they are wooden, some of the collision detection is dubious and annoying, but again, it does enough to make it sort of manageable. In terms of sound, it's very good, with the chaos of storming a trench, well created with authentic voices, good weapon effects and explosions that are really impactful. Okay, good and bad points. Good points, the brutal combat and back and forth warfare do a good job of creating a sense of war in the trenches. The audio adds a lot of atmosphere. The different classes, varied maps and sheer scale of the battles add depth to the experience. Bad points, like most games in this genre, it does get a bit repetitive, collision detection and character animations are pretty poor, and it can be hard to differentiate between friend or foe at times. Okay, verdict. Verdun does a pretty good job of creating an experience that captures the sense of what life in the trenches would have been like during the battles of World War I. The era authentic weapons, the sense of danger due to one-hit kills, and the stress of going over the top into no man's land, it really captures something there. All these things add a realistic yet entertaining experience that's well worth a look. I played this, quite a while when I was making a documentary on World War I games, and for anyone who wants an online sort of battlefield style game set in the trenches in Verdun, this is a really good place to start. So my score for Verdun is 7.5 out of 10. Okay, that was the review. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. This is Photography Gamer signing off. Thank you.